Hey guys, it's Kim. Welcome back to today's video. So today I'm going to be doing a foundation wear test and review. Haven't done one of these in a while and I thought it was the perfect time because I got a package in the mail from Urban Decay and they had sent over their new Stay Naked foundation, and there's also a couple other products in the line. There's a highlighter, there's a powder foundation, and there's also a concealer. So I wanted to show you guys what it looked like on my skin. I have oily, acne-prone skin. I have larger pores, so it's kind of a good indication if you have similar skin to me, and that's why I think these foundation wear tests and try-ons are super helpful. So I am a fan of Urban Decay products. I really love their eyeshadow palettes, and I think they make pretty great foundations and concealers. So I was really pumped when they came out with a new Naked foundation. There are 50 shades, and I will link it down below if you guys want to check it out. It was so hard to pick a color, but I went with 30NN, which is the neutral. It's like light neutral. So I'm gonna take you guys through each product, share with you my thoughts. If you want to find out my thoughts on this foundation and how it wears on me, then please keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet. Let's get on into the foundation review. Okay, so we have the Urban Decay Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation. It says up to 24 hours of wear time, and I just pulled it up on the Sephora website because I want to read what the claims are and the pricing and all that. So this retails for $39 at Ulta, and it says that there are 50 shades, 9 shade intensities, 3 master tones, and 7 undertones in mind, and it says it's waterproof, long wear, feels like a second skin, flexible formula that will last you all day, and it says it stays true to color and minimizes pores. So this will be my first time trying this out. I have not tested it yet. I wanted to do my first impressions on camera with you guys. So it was really hard to pick a color for this. I picked mine online, and they kind of give you a guide of which ones to pick, and it's always so hard because I definitely have yellow undertones. I do have some redness in my skin, but mostly yellow undertones. So I went with 30NN, and it's neutral. It's a neutral light. And I honestly think when I opened this up the other day, because I did just swatch it really quickly on my skin, I think it's going to be a little bit too pink for me. So this is the bottle. It's actually really cool. It has like a really interesting kind of look to it. It kind of bevels in the center. Maybe you'll be able to see it when I turn it that way. And then it has this like gold cap on it, and of course it has a nice little pump. There's also a couple other things they sent over from the Stay Naked line. So we have the correcting concealer in, this is Ultra Fair Neutral, and then we have the Stay Naked The Fix 16-hour wear powder foundation. This is also 30NN. So that's supposed to be worn with the foundation. And then we have the Stay Naked highlighter and blush. So they did send a separate package with some of their setting sprays, which was really cool. So there's one in here that's new. I don't know if I'm going to test this one today because I don't want it to affect the wear of the foundation, but they did send over their new all-nighter ultra matte setting spray, and I think I'm actually going to try the face primer grip, which is this guy right here. So this says it grips foundation so your makeup looks fresh for up to 8 hours. So I think it's gonna be the perfect time to test this with the Stay Naked foundation. So I just went ahead and applied my favorite moisturizer. I've talked about this in the past. It's the Peach Slices Citrus Honey Aqua Glow. This was in my 2019 favorite moisturizer category. It's so good, you guys. It's so awesome. I actually think a couple more uses of this and I'm probably going to run out, and I will definitely be repurchasing this. You can get this at CVS, and it's so good. It's like a serum moisturizer. And let's go ahead and apply the face primer grip from Urban Decay. I'm really curious to see how this is going to work with the foundation. So this is what the bottle looks like. It has a pump, nice packaging, and I'm just going to see. It's kind of like a little bit of a serum-y formula. Of course, right when I was saying, oh, I'm gonna film this foundation review for you guys tomorrow, I had all these breakouts on my chin. I don't know where they came from because I have not worn foundation all week. It must have been something skincare related that I used or a new product that I tested, because all here and then here I got these breakouts. So that's why I'm always like hesitant to try new skincare, because I feel like I sometimes just get bad reactions or they just cause breakouts with me. So I try and just stick to the products that I like know and love for skincare. So this doesn't have that like very slick primer kind of feel to it, which is nice. It has a little bit of stick to it, which is to be expected because it is called Grip. So I would expect there to be a little bit of stick, but it's not like crazy. Like, oh my gosh, my face is so sticky. Didn't really do anything in the way of like pore blurring as far as I can see. So I'm going to use two different applicators today. You guys know the drill, how I apply my foundation for foundation wear tests. One side is going to be a brush, and I'm actually going to use this new brush from Clove & Hollow. They are a cruelty-free, natural, vegan makeup line, and they actually just launched some brushes. This is their Perfecting Buffer brush. I'm excited to try this. And then this side, I'm going to do the sponge. This is an Amazon sponge. I'm forgetting the name. I think it's called Beaky Blender, which is like the most ridiculous name ever. But they have a bunch of sponges. I'll link them down below in a bag, and it's a great way if you want to just get a bunch of sponges for super cheap. And it's pretty decent quality. It has like thousands, tens of thousands of reviews on Amazon. They're pretty squishy, which I like. They're just really big. Like, so if you want to get into smaller areas, it's a little bit hard. Go ahead and do the brush side first. I'm just going to pump some out onto the brush and then buff this in. Has a very light fragrance to it. I'm like so picky with foundation, so I'm excited to see how this wears on me and what I think of it. This brush is really nice, by the way. It's very soft. That actually gave pretty decent coverage for one layer. I didn't get anything on my forehead, so I'm just gonna go back in on the forehead and buff that in. The color looks pretty decent so far. It looks more yellow tone, which I'm happy about. I was kind of worried that I wouldn't be able to wear the foundation. So, and again, sorry if one side looks a little bit darker. One of my lights broke. I keep telling you guys this, and I didn't replace it yet. So this is actually a good test for this foundation to see how it is on acne prone skin, because I had all these breakouts. So you're not seeing this on perfect, flawless skin, so it'll give us a very realistic view of how this performs when you have breakouts. So far I actually really like the coverage with the brush and from the foundation. I think it looks really good. I would say the finish is probably like a satiny kind of matte. Real skin matte finish, medium buildable coverage, does not transfer, does not ingredients. Okay, so it's supposed to be like more of a matte finish. So if you have dry skin, I don't know, you know, how this will be for dry skin, if it's geared more towards matte girls, I'm sorry, oily girls. So I'm gonna go in with the sponge. And this is my bad breakout side, so let's see how this covers. I mean, it's not claiming to be full coverage, so. And of course, the sponge always applies foundation more sheer than a brush. A brush is going to build up a lot more coverage, and the sponge is going to be more natural. So you can see on the first layer, I mean, it didn't give full coverage for sure, which is, again, not what it's claiming. I still can see this red guy over here, and I have something over here that it didn't really cover. So this definitely isn't something right now that I think I would wear like when I want something super full coverage. I think this could actually be a good everyday foundation, and that's just first layer, first impression. So I'm going to just go in and see if we can build it. I'm going to go back with the brush. and go on for a second layer. Forehead. I just like take the brush and just like press it into the skin like this rather than keep doing little circles. I just feel like that works better. Okay, so far I really like it. I think it looks really good on the brush side. It doesn't look the best around this breakout right here. I feel like it kind of caked up a little bit around the pimple. So that's a little bit, but let's go into the second layer on the sponge side and see how that looks. Definitely staying true to the medium coverage claim. I feel like it is definitely medium coverage would be something great for every day. I don't feel like it looks too heavy. It's not cakey or anything like that, which I like. It's just not maybe the best if you have super acne prone skin, because you can see I have this breakout right here. It's like a big red guy, and there is just really no coverage to that. That's probably something that I would have to go back in over with a concealer and go over, but the foundation isn't going to cover that up by itself. But I think it looks very nice. I like the medium coverage. It feels not heavy on my skin. It definitely has more of a weightless feel, which is good because it's called Stay Naked. So I would expect this kind of performance from this foundation. So this is 2 layers, sponge and brush side. This is what we're looking like. And I always feel like foundations look better once I put on the rest of my makeup. Like, I feel like if you just see me like this, it's a little bit weird. So I have to go in at everything back in. But I can definitely see myself using this foundation on a daily basis so far, but I want to see how it reacts with the oils of my skin throughout the day. Well, right now it's 2:22, so around 2 o'clock is when I started this video for reference. So excited that I get to try out the concealer with this. So let's look at some of the claims of this guy. So this is the Stay Naked Correcting Concealer. It is $29, so definitely on the higher end side for a concealer. There's 25 vegan shades. It says 9 shade intensities, 3 master tones, 5 undertones, same as the foundation. Well, not the same amount of shades, same kind of concept. It says use this flexible second skin matte finish concealer for just about anything, for covering an imperfection to highlighting a cheekbone. It says buildable, full coverage, flexible, breathable, does not transfer, real skin, matte finish, waterproof. Here we have the concealer. I like the packaging and it's very sleek. It also matches with the foundation. This cap does get very fingerprinty, but I mean, that's the way it goes with these types of components, but it is beautiful. Ooh, the wand, it looks like a chair. Can you guys see this? Like literally a foot chair or something. So this is a part of the launch, I think, is the shape of the wand. So I'm just gonna apply it like I normally do, and this shade is very light. Did I tell you guys this shade? It's ultra fair, so I don't know why I chose ultra fair, because I think this is just gonna be way too light for me. Like, look at that. That's lighter than I usually go. But I'm gonna blend it in with a sponge on this side, and then maybe I'll use like a little brush for the other side. Like, I don't think I could use that to cover up any imperfections, unfortunately, because it's just gonna be too light and highlight them. So this will be strictly for under eyes. I mean, I don't think it gave that much coverage to this side, but let's go in on this side with a brush and blend this in. This is the same brand as the sponge. It's a beaky brush. So I definitely think I like the application of this concealer better with a brush. I feel like it covered a lot more. I feel like this side looks a lot lighter and brighter because I feel like it didn't blend and soak up the product as much as the sponge did. Do another layer on the sponge side just because I feel like there's really not that much coverage there. It's definitely like not the same as a Shape Tape. I wouldn't say it's as thick of a formula like that. All right, definitely better on the second layer. I don't think I could get away with one layer of this on the sponge side. So that's what the concealer looks like. It's a little bit too light of a shade, unfortunately. It's really hard to pick colors online. That's why I always like go to the store. Next up, we have the powder foundation. So this is Stay Naked The Fix. This is $39 and it says it's weightless, vegan longwear powder with buildable medium coverage, real skin matte finish that lasts up to 16 hours. And it says it's real skin, doesn't transfer, is water and sweat resistant, and it has moringa seed oil for anti-pollution, and it also has a charcoal infused sponge. So I never really use the sponges that come inside these powders. I think if you use something like this on and bring it with you, I think it's a good option. But there's what the sponge looks like, and then here's the powder. And again, I think this is just gonna be too light for all over my face, and which is so weird because this is 30 NN, and then the powder of it is so much lighter. It doesn't match up. I don't know. So I think I'm only going to be able to use this as an under eye setting powder because this is just not the same shade as my skin. So I'm going to go in with an e.l.f. small tapered brush, and I'm just going to tap this right on top of where I put the concealer to set it. Okay, so I just put that underneath my eyes. I don't know how that's gonna look with like flashback because I laid it on pretty thick and it's pretty light. I wish that I could try this like as an all over powder foundation because I have been wanting to try a powder foundation, but unfortunately it's just the color isn't right. So I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and work on my eyes, and then after I do my eyes, I'll come back on camera and we'll test the little trio guys. So I will be right back. Okay guys, so I finished doing my eyes, and for my eyes, I decided to go a little old school, and I'm wearing the Anastasia Subculture palette, surprisingly enough, and I'm wearing these lashes. They're from a lash subscription service called On Fleek Box, and these are creme. They're really pretty and they were so easy to put on. So I was really happy about those. And mascara, honestly, I do not recommend. Mascara, I'm wearing Artistry Studio 3-in-1 Lash Boosting Mascara. This is like very flaky. I feel like I have all these little dots all over my face, so I would not recommend that mascara. What else am I wearing? Oh, I'm also wearing a Stila glitter. So the glitter that you see on my lid, it's not from Subculture. I just use the green shade as a base. So on my lids, I'm wearing Electric. And then on top of that, I'm wearing the Stila Little White Lies liquid eyeshadow in Mint Myth, which looks really pretty on top of Electric. So I wanted to move on to this product. It's the Stay Naked Threesome palette. It has a bronzer, a highlighter, and a blush. There is Fly, and then there is Rise. Mine's in Rise. So this is $36, and it's vegan, real skin matte finish, blendable, and it says it feels like a cream. The packaging is super pretty. It looks just like the foundation and the concealer. This is definitely something good if you are traveling, like a peachy pink color. The highlighter, I don't think it's going to be like a very blinding highlighter. It kind of looks like it's probably going to be more natural. I usually do apply highlighters before anything else. So I'm going to just dip my brush in here. This is the AOA Studio Highlighting Brush. I love this brush. And let's just give this a little go. Yeah, definitely more of a natural highlight, which is really pretty for every day. I like that a lot, actually. I'm going to put some on my forehead and my nose. It's a little bit dusty. I'm going to put some on the Cupid's bow and then a little bit on my chin. And then I'm also going to put a little bit right on the center of my nose. So it's not blinding and in your face, it's more subtle. Move on to the blush in here, and it's a little hard to, I guess, position your brush in there, but whoa, oh my gosh, it's pigmented. It's very soft, like very silky powder. Okay, I definitely took way too much on this side. It's very pigmented, you do not need that much. So I'm just gonna kind of go over it with a sponge. I like that. I don't think it's necessarily the perfect blush for this eye look that I'm wearing, but we'll go with it. And bronzer, I'm gonna dip my brush in here, and I like how they made it bigger than everything else, so it wouldn't be that hard to get your brush in there. I'm gonna bring it down the neck. Hope you guys can see like the color and everything. Bronzing up real nicely. And I definitely need bronzer right now. I am super, super pale, you guys. So I'm just putting this like in my cheekbones, under my chin, jawline. And then I put it right on my forehead, like right here on the edges. I think it just looks blended and natural and not too much. I like the blush color, the highlight. I definitely usually go for something that's a little more blingy. Like I like a really blinding highlight, but I think this is gonna be one that's good for, like, say if you go to work and you want to put on a highlight. This is gonna be an awesome kit. I think this blush might be a little too bright for some people. Just, I don't know. I'm a little surprised that they put actually such a bright blush in here. But I like it because it has that kind of peachy tone to it, which is a blush that I usually go for, is something a little bit more orangey, peachy. Powders themselves are very creamy. I would say the blush and the bronzer are like the creamiest of the two, and then the highlighter, it's not chunky, it's not glittery or anything like that. It's just very natural, which I think is the theme of this whole collection. It's not gonna be like in your face and, you know, crazy. It's supposed to kind of be like second skin is the whole purpose of it. I'm not going to open up the all-nighter they sent me because I have like 3 that are open right now. I have a lot of these minis I have to use up. I think I actually used up one of them, but this is the Urban Decay all-nighter, the cherry scented one. Urban Decay all-nighter is kind of like the setting spray that you use like for a special event, if you're going to be like in a wedding, for a bride or bridesmaids. Like I feel like it really makes your makeup just last all day, like even when it's really hot outside. It doesn't really act like a fix plus for me in the sense of like making everything dewy. Like I can see a little bit that it kind of blended everything, but not as much as a fix plus. To me, it's more just like make your makeup last all day, which is the point of it. Alright guys, so I finished doing my lips and I wanted to show you what the completed look is like. So overall, I really think my skin looks very nice and natural. Like I feel like I don't look cakey. I actually like that you can kind of see some little redness showing through, just because it makes your skin look more real, and I like that. I think that's something that's like very, you know, 2020, and just kind of like having a little bit more realness to the face, and just not being so completely covered. Like I still feel covered, but it feels like me. And it really does feel kind of like a second skin. And I don't feel like I'm wearing any foundation, which is so nice. Sometimes when you put on foundation and it just feels so heavy, or like a mask, does not feel like I'm wearing a mask. And I think that is, you know, the whole point of this foundation is the weightlessness of it, but still having that kind of medium coverage to it. And I'm happy with the way my skin looks right now. I mean, granted, I told you guys I'm really not having a good skin day. Just a lot of breakouts, but I feel confident in the way that my skin, my face looks right now. I didn't cover up any acne with concealer or anything like that. I typically don't do that. I usually only use concealer under my eyes. So I'm just gonna kind of let my skin do its thing, and I want to see how this wears for the rest of the day. Right now, what time did I finish? It is 3:45, so it took me almost like an hour and a half to do everything. So obviously it's not like the very beginning of the day, but I'm still gonna wear this till the end of the night and do a check-in with you guys. So I'm also, it's a little hard to show you natural daylight, which is what I usually do because it is so gloomy outside right now. It's like very rainy. So I'll try and show you guys on my vlog camera what it looks like the best I can, instead of like under the studio lights. But really liking it so far, and we'll see how this wears. I can definitely see this being something that could be like an everyday for me, and I'm happy with the color. I don't feel like it's too pink, which is what I was worried about. So I'm going to go film another video after this, and then I'll do like a little vlog check-in with you guys, and then I'll check in again later at the end of the night. Okay guys, so I've been walking around trying to find the best spot where I can show you guys natural light, what my skin looks like, and if you hear it's raining really bad outside. So here is, without studio lights, what the foundation looks like on my skin. Let's do a close-up. So here's this guy. He's chilling. Get kind of a feel for, I think it looks nice. I think it looks natural. Forehead. What do you guys think? I think it looks really good. I'm happy with it. So, I'm gonna keep on wearing this. Gonna film another video. Let me know what you guys think of it so far. Are you thinking you're gonna try it out, get a sample? It's Sephora. Let me know. Definitely, like I said, this I don't love, but I guess it just kind of makes everything look a little bit more like my skin and natural, which is nice. Like, I really don't feel like I'm wearing any foundation right now. So I will catch you guys in my next check-in, which should be maybe in like 3 to 4 hours, or I don't know. It's like 3 o'clock right now, so maybe I'll do a check-in around like 8 o'clock. Alright guys, it is currently 11 o'clock. I'm doing my last check-in of the day with the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation, and I know it's a little bit hard to see, but if I turn this way it's a little bit too yellow, so I wanted to give you guys sort of a better view. So let me just take off my glasses. So my skin looks matte. It does not look oily, which I am happy about. Overall, I think it still looks really good, and I'm really happy with the results. My pimples aren't looking too cute right now. I had like one turn into a whitehead. Not that that's the foundation's fault, but just these darn breakouts today. But anyways, I was looking in the mirror at everything, and I feel like it looks nice. It's a great medium coverage foundation. Maybe if I keep using it, it may be my favorite medium coverage foundation that I've tried. But yeah, just know going into it that if you have like acne or redness, it's not going to cover it up. It's more of just like a lightweight, weightless feel. It doesn't feel heavy or anything, like I was telling you guys. Like, I don't feel like I'm wearing really much foundation, and I feel like you can see so look at this. This is like, that mascara was so bad, but you can see it did. I don't mind this because I was wearing glasses, but there is a little nose creasing action, more so on this side. But everything else looks pretty good. I mean, it's not like absolutely gorgeous, but it looks good for wearing it since about 2:30 to 2:30ish. So I really like this foundation. Hopefully we'll wear it again tomorrow because I want to keep testing it. I actually want to try it with the Tati Beauty Blendiful and see how that application goes, so I can kind of test those two products at the same time. And then see, look how harsh this light is. Like, you guys aren't going to get a good look at it. So I feel like it's a little bit better if I'm over here, and I'm just in my bathroom right now. So yeah, this, you can see like all this over here, but minus that, I feel like everything looks good. I'm happy with this foundation, and I think it is really nice if you are into medium coverage. Definitely check this out. If you have really bad breakouts, probably would pass on this one. If you have oily skin, I think this is gonna be a great choice. If you have dry skin, I would definitely test it first. I don't know how this would be with dry skin because it doesn't really have that sort of like dewy look to it. So that's my review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what your thoughts are on the new Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.